Hello, Pisces. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Pisces is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Pisces, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we start with a Knight of Pentacles. This is somebody who's looking into the future. Yeah. I think right now you're kind of, maybe you feel like you're just coming off of a crossroads. You're just coming out of a kind of some kind of a closure or some kind of a completion or a conclusion of something. Because the Knight of Pentacles is looking up at this mountain and thinking, I'm going to climb that, mother, you know. Looking at the future. And you're having a vision. Who you are, where you are, and what you're doing down the road. Okay? I think this was, a turning point in your life. I think there is something that has recently passed, and we'll find out with some more cards, obviously, that changed your world, changed your future. And now it's kind of like you get to look in the future and you get to decide which mountain you're going to climb, what road you're going to take. What road right now leads you to your dreams? Yeah. Leads you to your best self, your best life. It all depends on what you do right now. Okay. I think you're a very practical person. I think that you like to sort of look into the future, see the goal. Right? What does the Knight of Pentacles look at? Well, looking at the Ten of Pentacles, right? Looking at your best life. That's perfect. That's what I want. Reverse engineer it. Okay? Work your way backwards. Figure out what you need to do right here, right now to get that path started, to get that dream going, to get that future, coming together. Let's find out. Let's use the Dove and Serpent spread. Wheel of Fortune. You got to trust. Okay? You got to engage, right? Wheel of Fortune, beautiful card. We have a Prince of Swords. We have the Lover's card. We have a Three of Cups. We have a Hermit going forward. Okay. Okay. So the union here, right? That's in your past. And I see a couple of versions of this sequence. Okay? This is a commitment. The Lover's card is a heck yes. The Lover's card is a 1,000% yes to something. To me, it means that you had to say no to something else. Okay? And I think that initial impression that we got, that the Knight was looking into the future because there's a crossroads there, right? So I feel like you've committed yourself to something now. And it may be that Spirit has recently removed something from your life that wasn't supposed to be there. Wasn't supposed to be there. And now there is a commitment to your future and to your dream, and your Hermit kind of putting your head down and you're getting to it. Okay? And you're getting to it. Let's keep going. Let's put the rest of our cards on the table. The Fool. Yeah, see, there we go. The Fool is a reset. The Fool is ready for a new adventure. The Fool is like, let's go. Yeah, let's go. I feel like this is the beginning of an adventure here. You're at the trailhead. That's where the Knight of Pentacles is, yeah, at the trailhead. And of course, the Hermit is traveling that road on the trail. They're on their very own trail, right? I always say the Hermit is kind of going off trail. The Hermit is forging a new path that you haven't been on before, okay? You're at the trailhead of the trail that you're creating with every step you take. Day by day by day. Yeah. Anyway, last 2 card here, we have a Queen of Swords, we have a 5 of Swords, and there's the 10 of Pentacles. What did I tell you? The 9 of Pentacles looking at the 10, that's what you're building. Now, with the air energy, we see a 5 of Swords and the Prince of Swords. I feel like you're somebody that's not trying to argue with people anymore, you know? I feel like someone could tell you that, 2 plus 2 equals 5, equals a million, and you'll just say, yeah, fine, yeah, good, have fun with that. You're right, yeah, go with that, yep. I feel like you don't even care anymore. You're not making excuses. You're not defending yourself. You're not trying to convince anybody. You're just like, yeah, fine, buddy, you go do you. Because you have your sights set on what you want in your life right now. Petty arguments, drama, that's 5 of Swords, right? This card's in the position of what you don't want anymore. Drama, you're not looking for drama. There's going to be enough drama with you on your path, doing what you do, building up your life. You don't have time for the nonsense. Okay? If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense, right? If it doesn't contribute to your best life, if it's not helping you make your best life, build that life, and achieve, whatever those kind of the big life goals that you have are, then you don't want to do it. Someone comes and tries to tell you, I don't know, what's the most absurd thing that somebody might try to convince you? I don't know. Leave a comment. Let me know what you can think of. Someone tries to tell you the most ridiculous thing ever, and you're just saying, okay, yeah, cool, good. That's fine. I'm busy. I'll call you back, right? And then you don't call them back because it's not worth the debate for you, okay? And I think that's a big shift here for you, is that you're learning to just sort of see the nonsense for what it is, and like a Queen of Swords would, putting some distance between you and the bovine excrement, okay? Anyway, let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right over here with Dwight K. Schrute right on top. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card is, put your prediction in the comments down beneath the video. Now, as we look around the room, we see major, 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 right? The horizontal path, major arcana. You are on a divine mission right now, Pisces. A divine mission. And of course, we have our major arcana card over here. We don't have any fire right now. We have the good water up top. We've got interesting air cards, and of course we have our earth cards, the kind of the trailhead and the destination, right? You are seriously traveling the path of your destiny right now. But you know what? I would love to hear your interpretation of the Lover's card right now. Why is the Lover's card in your past? Is it, as it could be, the interest in romance is behind you for now? Okay? And whether this is because you're no longer searching for this union because you found it, or you're no longer searching for it because you're kind of, like literally with the Hermit, you're kind of doing you, and you're not interested in coupling up with anybody, okay? So we kind of see that, and that's very on the nose, right? Lover's card to Hermit, very on the nose. Maybe you weren't single, but you're going to be, right? It doesn't have to mean that, okay? It doesn't have to be romance at all, so please, put your pitchforks away. I feel like in a more metaphysical way, the Lover's card is your choice, that you've committed yourself to a path, and now you are looking at your future. You're looking at the path before you. You're looking up at the mountain, as you can see with the Knight of Pentacles, looking up at the mountain, right? You're looking up at the mountain, and you're waiting for the right moment. You're waiting for the sign. You're waiting for the comet to shoot through the sky, right? You're waiting to see the shooting star, and then you're going to go. Okay, it's kind of like we're waiting for the door to open, and then we're going to bolt right through the door, take our chance, take our opportunity. Okay, so the Lover's card is kind of the commitment that's behind you, that's pushing you forward, motivating you. Because this is the card of like a heck yes. This is a 1000% heck yes. Okay? And this really could be that you have found the thing in life that you want more than anything else. Maybe this whole reading is about the relationship, you know? And maybe this is that commitment that you've already said yes to something or someone, which to me is implying that you said no to something else. Okay? And I think that a lot of things, fairly recently, a lot of things have been cleared out of your life. Okay? And you were sort of making room for this thing. And maybe this is your soulmate. Maybe this is the job you've always wanted or the path that you always knew was for you, and you committed, you said yes. Yeah. If you said yes to something, leave a heck yes in the comments. Okay? Leave a heck yes in the comments. Because that's what this card is. It doesn't have to be romance. Okay? But this is that feeling of union, that you are with what you're supposed to be with. Okay? And if you're kind of looking at it from the other side of the romance thing, this could be that you're no longer interested in that sort of thing, that maybe that was a whole lot of drama that you just aren't looking for anymore, and you have other ambitions. So maybe this heck yes, HE double hockey stick yes, is to yourself, that you're choosing you, right? First and foremost. Whether you're in a relationship or a marriage or a partnership, it doesn't really matter. The fact is here that you're choosing yourself. You have this union with your sense of purpose. And I feel like it grips you strong. Okay? It grips you really, really strong. Yeah. Anyway, the Wheel of Fortune, the divine timing, right? The faith, hope, and trust. This is a Jupiter energy, very expansive. And this is you really looking at your future and realizing that you want to grow in some way, whether it's the relationship, the business, your finances, your empire. You're trying to build. You're trying to expand things, you know? And so I think that, you know, in some ways, the Lover's card, that's what you've committed to. You've committed to growing this thing, expanding this thing. By committing to growing, you had to say no to staying the same. If you said heck yes to expanding, that means that you had to say no to staying small. Okay? Tell me what you're manifesting today. Okay? The Wheel of Fortune is Spirit's way of putting the right people, places, and things on your path when and where you need them. It is up to you to engage with those things. Okay? Spirit can put you at the right place at the right time, but if you're just kind of standing there, you're sitting on your hands, nothing good's going to happen. Okay? So I think there's a reason why we don't have any fire cards here. And I think that once the fire is here, once that spark happens and you are off and running, this is going to be crazy. This is going to happen fast. This is going to happen really, really fast. Things are going to blow up. It's going to be a celebration of epic proportions, okay? It's going to be very fast expansion, fast growth, which is sometimes scary and risky, right? When things grow too fast, it really requires that we step up so that we can handle that growth. You think of like a company, a business, right? When they grow too fast, they end up kind of crumbling from the inside out. You're not going to do that though, right? Because you have your Prince of Swords. You've got a very smart head on your shoulders. You're very committed. You're very fixed. You're looking at this sharply, which means you're cutting out distractions. All that drama, all that bovine excrement, 2 + 2 = 176. Fine, yeah, good. Go with that, buddy. I'm busy. Because your mind is sharp. You're focused, laser focused, okay? Committed. This is not just a commitment, a spiritual marriage, or an alchemical wedding, or a heck yes in spirit. It's a heck yes. It's something that you're keeping in mind. This is somebody who then is operating from that place of commitment, right? Somebody that know that they've got a promise to uphold. They've got a promise to keep. They have a commitment that they are honoring, right? And that is in your mind. Inside of you, in your psyche, this thing's the priority. This mountain you're climbing, this thing you're trying to do, this expansion, this growth, the success, your abundance. Maybe it's financial. I can see it being financial, you know. Let's light up the comments with some positivity, okay? Send me some positivity, because this is extraordinary, and you have to stay focused. You have to stay motivated. You have to stay free and clear of the distractions, and I think that's the biggest message here, because once you fire up your engines, there's no stopping you. You don't want to get entangled in any of the drama, because that's going to really make a mess of things. A big time mess of things. Now, I'm getting the sort of signal from Spirit that you did let go of a toxic friendship recently. And that might be what I felt at the beginning, that it's kind of like, kind of done with the nonsense. And the Knight of Pentacles is looking at the future and thinking, I'm building this future. I'm getting to my goals now. Maybe it's implying that previous to this turning point, you were kind of wishy-washy about it, or you weren't fully committed yet, you know? That there was a time in your life where maybe there were too many other things going on, you were distracted by other relationships, that toxic friendship, and now that all that's behind you, you're ready to begin life. Now you're just kind of like, I'm ready to get serious now. Okay, whether it's serious about a romantic relationship or serious about yourself, serious about your future. Maybe our 10 of Pentacles is a physical health goal. Maybe it is a goal of finances. This could be health, wealth, fitness, finances. This is your best life. This is the world that you are creating. Okay, and you are a magic maker, and you are trusting in the divine timing. Okay, hit that subscribe button, claim your role as a magic maker. Okay, leave a comment, put magic maker in the comments. Yeah. I love the Wheel of Fortune, because it really is the awareness that, and maybe that's another reason why we don't have a lot of fire energy. We don't really have any at all. This is a Capricorn energy. This is a cardinal earth energy. So there is fire here. Okay, there is fire in this card. This is kind of like, this is your engine, I think, is ready to be put into gear. This is kind of like the transmission, you know? This is that part of the car that really, we need to get it in motion. We need to get the wheel turning. I think you understand that a lot of this is not up to you, that you don't control everything. You don't tell the clouds when to rain, or you don't tell the sun when to shine, or you know what I mean? You can't control the weather. You can't control the seasons. You can't control what other people do. I think you're just you're waiting for the right opportunity to go pedal to the metal, balls to the wall. Okay. And I think that's really important here, because you're not trying to force anything. You're flowing with the seasons. You're flowing with the energy around you. And when it's time, boom, it's time, and there's no hesitation. But you're not going to force it, and you're not just going to try to shake the doors and pound on the doors. It's like, no, the restaurant doesn't open for 5 more minutes. So just chill, you know. Maybe you're like Black Friday shopping or something. I don't know. I think we're too early for that, but it's coming. But this is the appropriate kind of harmonizing with the divine timing. That's the Wheel of Fortune. It's Spirit's wristwatch. You know, it's the cosmic timepiece. And you can't control that. You can't force the situation to align when you want it to. So I feel like you're here, you're prepared, you're ready. And as soon as everything falls into alignment, you are running forward. Fast. Okay? Fast. Up above the surface, on top of the path of the dove here, that 3 of Cups. This is celebration. This is real joy. This is kind of what you're wanting in a way, right? This is a very good feeling. This is a feeling of abundance. This is you operating from a source of abundance, a source of love, of gratitude. This is a card of gratitude. Okay? This is a card of appreciation. This is the celebration. You know, and I feel like I feel like there is reason to celebrate, even though it feels as if you're waiting for that right moment. Maybe you're waiting for that. Well, maybe you're waiting for the right moment to celebrate. But I think that this is you knowing, without a doubt, that this is what you want. And again, there's that commit. There's that 1,000% heck yes lover's card. There's an absolute union here that isn't going anywhere. Okay, and this Three of Cups is, to me, it feels like you're putting out your authentic self. You know, it feels like you're embracing self-love. Yeah, and you are expressing that love in your life. You're somebody that is, you're telling people how you feel. You know, how many times have you said "I love you" today? Right? How many times? Put "I love you" in the comments, or tell me how many times today you've said it. Yeah, because I feel that that love and connection and resonance is very important to you. Yeah, and this to me feels like an aspiration toward more love, deeper love, and joy, right, and commitment, and maybe even this is a devotion to family. This is a card of a wish. Yeah. And it's kind of, you know, it's overshadowing the entire reading. It's at the top. This kind of represents the reading in a nutshell. This is something that you want more than anything in the world. Yeah. This is your ultimate kind of like top level wish in life. And it's all coming together. You have such a wonderful alignment right now. And that Wheel of Fortune, I think, it's like you can tell that things are coming. Have you been feeling lately that something is about to happen? Let me know in the comments. It feels like something's about to happen with this, right? And it feels like it is going to be just, I mean, I kind of like, this is one of those like champagne fountains, you know what I mean? Or like, well, in my case, it'd be like chocolate, right? I don't drink. But this is like one of those, you know, the champagne glasses that's kind of like a fountain. It's just overflowing. This is just unlimited joy. And it feels like something is just about to happen. So it's like Spirit's just been twisting the little wire thing on the champagne bottle, twisting it slowly, twisting. Pretty soon that cork's going to pop. And it is all going to come flooding in. I feel like as a collective, we're at the cusp of something really, really great happening. You know, I feel like collectively we need a win. I feel like it's on our doorstep here. We have to be ready. We have to gear up. We have to make sure we got our, you know, protein bars or whatever we got packed up, our trail mix. I love trail mix. And we're ready. We're ready for that adventure because I think it's coming. And there may be something financial that you're waiting for specifically. In terms of this, if it's your business or something like this, I kind of feel like you're waiting for like a loan to come in, or you're waiting for like the cash kind of, you know, an influx of cash or something that you're going to then apply to the forward movement, which, let's talk about this Hermit, okay? Now, like in the very literal way, this is a solitary path. Okay, you're going to climb this mountain, and it's kind of like you're going to have to follow your own light here. Now, you may have a lot of people around you. You know, in fact, I think your life is full of people who love you, people who support you. But this is like the Hermit kind of knows, like this is a quest that it's like this is my quest. You know, and you may have traveling companions. You know, just because you're the Hermit doesn't mean you're walking by yourself, literally. But it means that you realize that this is your unique path in life. You're following your light. You've gone off trail. All of us are off trail, you know? Whether you know it or not, none of us really know what we're doing, right? We're all just kind of carving our own path through life. We are all at the frontier of life. Everybody who's alive right now, which I'm pretty sure are most of you, we're all at the cutting edge of consciousness. And every moment that we're conscious, we're expanding the boundaries of the universe. With every moment. And that's a heavy responsibility. you know. But I feel like right now you have a really wonderful harmony. Like you now, instead of like needing control and wanting things to be predictable and familiar and wanting to have a say in everything and wanting to keep everything manageable, I feel like you're kind of surrendering to the flow. You have faith and hope and trust. And that's what you need to go forward, because it's a scary path, right? What does the hermit do? Enters the dark, scary forest. And you're getting ready to do that. You're stepping into uncertainty. You're doing it with love and joy and gratitude and this deep wish inside of you. Please share this video with somebody that needs to hear this message, okay? Your life is shifting with grace. Yeah. And you're ready to walk this path. You're at the edge of a dark wood, and you're going in. And it's going to be glorious. Yeah. Hit the like button if you're going to claim this timeline. This is leading to your best life. And we can't get any better than that. You've got the vision of the future. You're looking at the top of the mountain. You're looking at your future. And you got the Wheel of Fortune saying you got this divine, you got the divine, the spirit on your side, right? You've got that divine energy. You've got that luck on your side, right? Synchronicity, serendipity, kismet. I don't believe in luck. I believe we make our own luck. I believe when you have this kind of alignment, the hand of providence will move to support you. And that's why Spirit is putting the right people, places, and things on your path when and where you need them. You've got to engage with them. And you're going to be too distracted to engage with all of that if you're caught up in the bovine excrement. And I think that's a big deal for you right now, is that the people in your life, the people around you, the people on the street, the people at work, whatever, people at school, that just are all about the nonsense, you're saying, no, thank you. You're saying, yeah, miss me with that stuff. You want to believe that? You want to waste your time doing that? Fine, go ahead, be my guest, but you've got like bigger plans, bigger plans. Who's your other friend that reads tarot? Somebody told you this message already, right? Somebody already let you know that something major was happening. Let me know in the comments what that was about. Somebody already kind of told you this. Yeah. Let's talk about the path of the serpent. As we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Okay. The Fool as your general energy, ready to set out on the quest. Yeah. The Fool is done with all the baggage, has let everything go, traveling light. You've just got an apple and some trail mix in your knapsack, and that's it. Good to go. Bottle of water. Don't forget the water. Maybe a compass. That's it. Right. This is an energy that is ready. Yeah. Because we think going through the dark, scary forest, we think we're stepping into uncertainty. Every moment we're awake, every moment we're conscious is a step over the threshold from the known to the unknown. We're expanding the universe with every step. It's scary, right? The Fool's not scared. The Fool is trusting. Yeah. Your intuition, your essence, your spirit is louder than the noise. All that nonsense, people arguing about stuff. Your intuition, your essence is louder than that, more clear than that. Okay? So tell me, how are you moving through this energy right now? With grace, with lightness, right? With playfulness, with joy. Yeah. This is somebody that's not fretting, not worried, not stressed out, because they accept, they believe. This is somebody that has faith and hope and trust. The Fool and the Wheel of Fortune, real nice, right? Perfect combination. Because the Fool is just has walking around all day, faith, hope, and trust all day. That's the Fool. Okay. And the Fool is all about beginnings and all about the reset, all about like a reinvention of self or a clearing away of old energy so that we can embrace what it is that's coming, And so I do feel that I feel like there was that toxic friend or something like that you recently had some kind of closure with them, okay? And that's kind of a turning point. Yeah. 'Cause I feel like your energy is clear, like something has left your aura. Something has left your space now. Spirit has cleared something out of the way, basically. What synchronicities have you experienced lately? Okay. Something about a gas station at night. Yeah. Anyway, so your general energy, Fool energy. Yeah. But in your environment and in the position of your relationships, you have the Queen of Swords. Now, just as the Knights are looking at the future, the Queens are looking at the past. So yes, this is you, I think, putting a relationship in the past and getting a bird's eye view, being very objective and thinking, it's a good thing that's over. This is you looking in the rearview mirror and thinking, oh, I'm sure glad that's getting further and further away. Yeah. Your ability to look back. The Queens are always about the endings. Just as the Knights are ready for the beginning, the Queens are processing and ending. So I do believe that something has ended for you. And as you look back at it, you think, thank goodness for small miracles. Okay? And I don't know who it was, someone from high school, or I don't know what that is about, but leave me a comment and let me know if this is resonating with you, okay? I'm hearing an applause. I'm hearing as you sort of look back at that your recent past, someone's like clapping for you. It's like, I don't know, it's like good job kind of thing, right? Does that resonate with you? This feels like you can look back and you can really see the logic there. But you see, the Queen of Swords rises above the emotions, rises above how you might have really felt about that person or what the dynamic was. None of that really matters. It's you really looking at it and thinking, that was a good move. Understanding why something had to end. Okay? Getting the objective view of it, not the subjective view, but really being able to take a step back at the bird's eye view and understand why that can't be in your life anymore. I don't know if it was, I kind of feel like, I don't know, maybe somebody ghosted you, or it's just like, I kind of feel like the trash took itself out in a way. Yeah. And if none of that is resonating with you, do me a favor, bookmark this reading, save it, download it, whatever. Come back to it in a couple days. Okay? Now, the Five of Swords is right along this line with the air energy there. Even to see the Fool even is pure air, right? The Fool is ready for novelty. The Fool is open to everything in every direction. The Fool is very expansive, okay? But is not clinging to anything. The Five of Swords is kind of like clinging to something, and I think that it's really like getting tangled up in the drama. Thankfully, this card is here in the position of what you don't want: fear, worry, concern, the stress, the anxiety. You're kind of like, this is a no stress zone. It's like you got enough stress just doing you and living your life and building the life that you want and pursuing this path and being on this journey. You don't have time for extra stress. If someone in your life is making your life more difficult, it's kind of like you're saying to yourself, things are hard enough. Why are you going to add more entanglements? This is someone who's got their horns or their fins tangled up in the fence. Well, since we're talking to Pisces, this is you getting your fin and your tail kind of tangled up in some fishing nets. It's that entanglement. You're saying, miss me with that stuff. So I feel like there are people that are trying to bait you into an argument. Yeah. Do me another favor, turn on the bell notification so you don't miss another one of these readings. Okay? I feel like, Pisces, you're really going somewhere. Yeah. This is something really significant is brewing. Don't let this stuff trap you. Someone is trying to bait you into an argument, and they're not doing it on purpose, really, but maybe they really believe some of these things that they're telling you, or that they're trying to, like, maybe they're trying to get a rise out of you. They're trying to get you to commit to something, or to give an opinion that you're just like, I really don't care. If you want to say 2 and 2 is 5, fine, have fun with it. You know, I feel like you've got your own stuff, and maybe the hermit here is kind of saying that you're okay being boring like that. Like, you don't need to yell and scream and have all these heated debates about nonsense. You'd rather stay home, focus on what you're doing. I feel like you're somebody that, like, I feel like you read a lot. I feel like you watch a lot of movies. I feel like you like to stay home. Maybe you walk your dog, you cook food with your family, and you build your life. You focus on what you're doing. You're building, like, your future. So all the nonsense is just like, it's subtracting from that. You're not trying to subtract from your life right now. Well, you're subtracting the nonsense, but you know what I mean. You're trying to build your life up, and all that other stuff is just draining energy away from you. So the hermit is kind of like, I don't need any of that stuff. You got your pets, your plants, your people. And I feel like you read a lot of books, you watch a lot of movies, listen to a lot of music probably. I can see this person with the earbuds in, walking down the street in the rain with the earbuds in, you know, just vibing, just doing their thing. They don't need to be involved in every performance, that's every argument, every, like, internet thing, or, you know what I mean? Yeah. Hit the like button if this is resonating with you, yeah. The 10 of Pentacles at the end, this is your best life. That is a life where you've got your pets, your plants, your people, everything that you value, right? Everything that you wish for, and none of the stuff you don't wish for. Okay? Leave a comment. Write abundance in the comments. Claim this reading, because this is a life that has value and meaning and purpose. And there's a gratitude for this. There is an appreciation for this life, because why? Because you built it. You and your people, and you, hermit mode, you've protected yourself from any of that other entanglements, any of that other nonsense, the drama, right? And that's what's allowing you. That, I think, is a big focus here, is your ability to stay focused. Because you care for this, you love this, you appreciate this. And it's going to mean so much more to you because you built it, even when other people were trying to bait you into some silly old argument or whatever, and you stayed the course, you stayed true to yourself. Type destiny if this feels like this is for you. Okay? The 10 of Pentacles is a wonderful card. It's wealth. It's not just physical wealth. It's a wealth that allows you to pursue the things that you care about, to do what you want to do. Money by itself is worthless. It's what you do with that money that gives it value. It's how you spend it. You know, and I think that right now you have a tremendous ability to earn it. And these cards together are asking, what are you building with that? You can earn the money, yeah, but for what? What are you going to do with it? You know, what are you building? What is the wealth to you? Well, you could think, well, maybe leave me some comments. Let me know what wealth means to you. Is it just money? That's wealth, right? Is it time? Is it freedom? Is it freedom to travel? Is it your pets, your plants, your people? Is it just space? Is it peace? Is it calm? Is it time? Is it rest? You know, like what do you need in your life that would make you say, I feel like a wealthy person? Okay. Who's got the seashell collection? Somebody is collecting the seashells, yeah. Do you live by the coast? Hey, that's wealth to you. Maybe the ability to make those kinds of memories with your loved ones, that's wealth. Okay. The introspection of the hermit is asking you that question, what does wealth mean to you? Because it's not here. These are those entanglements that are not of any value to you. Leave them alone. Focus on what has meaning and has value for you. You're saying goodbye to an old chapter. Okay. I want to look at the mystery card now. I don't know, maybe another Wheel of Fortune, maybe the World, maybe some more cups, maybe it's the fire, maybe it's the spark we need, maybe it's an Ace of Wands, or it could be a Knight of Wands. If you have a prediction, I want you to put a guess, a hunch, put something down in the comments, okay? What do you think it is? Well, let's see. Queen of Pentacles. Very, very good. Because that's the counterpart to our Knight. The Knight's looking into the future, right? What is the Queen doing? Looking at the past. So, your Queen of Pentacles is you in the future. This is you living here. Living lavish. You got your pets, your plants, your people are all around you here. And you're looking back to right now. And you're thinking, I'm glad I did the right thing now. I'm glad I made the decisions that I did. This is all karma. Okay? The queens of the tarot remind us that every thought, word, and deed from the past has created who we are today. Therefore, every thought, word, and deed in the present moment is creating who we are going to be in the future, where we're going to be, and what we're going to be doing. Right? So, if this, then this. If the choices of the past, your decisions, your actions and behaviors have created who you are now, then everything you do now is creating your future. This is you in the future, looking back to this very moment when it all started and thinking, so happy I did that. So happy that I moved in that direction and that I made those choices. Okay? Because the hermit is traveling the path from this is you now, this is you in the future, sitting here with this, right? And the hermit is the one that's walking this way, trying to miss that. Walking this way with love and gratitude in their heart and commitment and a lot of luck, right? A lot of good fortune. And you're walking this way and you want to get here. So basically, the Queen of Pentacles is asking you, in every choice you make, whenever somebody calls you up and says, hey, you know, I want to convince you that 1 + 1 = 17 or something, right? In every moment, you got to ask yourself, what would my future self want me to do right now? Is this conversation I'm having, is this debate, is this entanglement, is this drama that I'm getting sucked into or I'm getting baited into, is this worth it to my future self? Is my future self going to be happy that I wasted a bunch of time doing the nonsense? Let your future self be your guide. Make the decisions now that will make your future self very happy. Okay? And I feel like that feels good, right? That gives us the excitement. That gives us the motivation we need. That I want to do something right now. Leave a comment. Let me know what's something that you can do right now today as you're listening to this that's going to make your future self happy. Or make your future self, let's say, wealthy. Right? What's one thing you can do? Let me know in the comments, okay? We're going to do an extended reading. That'll make our future selves happy. We're going to do an Jing hexagram. We're going to do some oracle cards, okay? There's a link in the corner. There's a link down below in the video description. New readings for Pisces, usually on Tuesdays and Fridays. This is a bonus Saturday reading. Extra special. I can see why. This is awesome. Yeah. So be sure to watch your other readings. Check out my new channel, by the way, Tarot Logic, where we break down some of these myths and we break down some of the mystery around tarot. And I think it's a really fun channel that I'm doing over there, okay? And also check out my wife's channel. She does tea leaf readings, okay? Go over there, watch her latest Pisces reading, and then come back here and leave me a comment. Let me know if she confirms any of this. Now, we don't collaborate. That's what I think is so special about what we do here, is that very often we'll do separate readings. I don't watch her readings. She doesn't watch mine, intentionally, because we don't want there to be any mixture. That if her reading confirms something that I say here or vice versa, we know it's authentic because we don't confer. Okay? So I'd go check out her channel, Ula, U-L-A, Tea Leaf Readings. Anyway, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you. I love you. And we're all in this together. And now I've got to put all these cards back the way they were. See that one down there. Hermit. 3 of Cups.